What's up, YouTube? I want to wish all of you a very happy new year. I hope that you all crush all your goals and all your resolutions that you set for the new year. Today's theme for this video is about decisions and choices. I truly believe that we are all one decision away from living entirely different lives. A lot of you are going to create resolutions for the new year that are normally year-long commitments, right? That's the goal, to build those habits and to make change, right? But I'm gonna do it a little differently, and I'm gonna show you an example of some decisions that you can make that could change your life. From small decisions to big decisions, I'm going to give you 5 choices that you can make right away. The first decision I'm going to ask you to make is to clean your room, clean your environment, clean your car. A lot of you know who LeBron James is. He has an agent that goes by the name of Rich Paul. There was an interview that he did where he talked about that when he meets a new client he's going to represent, one of the first things that he does is he looks inside their locker room to see if their locker room is either messy or clean. And he spoke about how oftentimes he can predict a player's future success or behavior based on the state of their locker and how it looks, because oftentimes it represents the state of where they're at. Either your environment is dirty because you are not in a good place with mental health, or because your environment is dirty, it has not allowed you to be in a good mental state, to have that clarity and spatial awareness. So if there's one thing I urge you to do that I've read in multiple books that people who have found success normally do, is to clean your environment. That's it. And then once you clean your environment, I recommend that you purchase and read this book, Atomic Habits here, that is going to give you some secrets for how to maintain those habits. The second choice or decision is to join a book club or start a book club. I have found that when you are in a book club, it holds you accountable. You know, I did more reading in that book club with my friends than I ever did before, because when the set date to talk about the book came up, I did not want to let them down. So that's my second choice for you, is to encourage you to learn this year and to read books on self-development, to do that. My third decision for you is going to be a little different. This one is to not just go to the gym, because I feel like that's the number one resolution that most people make for the new year, is, to go to the gym and eat clean, right? But if you are someone who has struggled with fitness, with your diet, these choices are going to be a little different. I'm going to ask you to search beyond that, to identify why these patterns keep repeating, either from a lack of discipline or a lack of dietary discipline. And I'm going to give you 2 choices, okay? I'm going to ask you to either, 1, buy and read a book dedicated towards psychology or trauma. An example of that is this book that I've read here, The Body Keeps the Score. You can see it there. Or I'm going to ask you to seek therapy. And remember, we're having these conversations to encourage therapy as a good thing. Though I know to a lot of us, it seems like a bad thing. I am going to ask you to look within to identify any patterns or any experiences you've had in your past that led to your current habits or state of mind. Because one thing I've read in books on psychology and trauma is that oftentimes overeating, lack of discipline does stem from something deeper. All right, the fourth decision is to quit a bad habit. And normally, I think most people know what that bad habit is. Either you know it yourself or people have told you. In fact, these last two choices will be addition by subtraction for you this new year. So whether it's quitting alcohol, quitting drugs, quitting some sort of addiction, I'm going to ask you to really embrace that decision, because you could change your entire life by ending some of these toxic habits in your life currently. And I remember telling a friend of mine that I thought was one of the most incredible people in the world. And I told him, because he would express to me his patterns with drinking. And I told him, what if you could have all the things in the world that you desire? What if all your dreams and everything, what if the only thing stopping you from achieving all your dreams and becoming the man you're supposed to become is your addiction to alcohol? What if I told you that? What if I told you right now that there is a bad habit in your life that's currently present, that is the only thing that has kept you from the very dreams that you are chasing? Whether those dreams are career, financial, or relationship. And that decision may require multiple micro decisions along the way to achieve that, right? That might require you to open up to people you love and to seek help, to admit that you have a problem. But if you are committed to doing it, remember, all things are possible. The fifth decision as you enter this new year is to end a toxic partnership. Whether it is a relationship, a friendship, or friendships. Addition through subtraction. I have seen this in my own life. I have seen what a bad toxic partnership can do to you. It can take you from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. And no matter how strong your mindset is and how committed you are and the vision that you have for what you want to build, it is so difficult for you to look this way when you're being pulled that way. It is extremely difficult for you to focus on the things you love and the people you love when you are drowning. And that is what bad partnerships can do to you. From the wrong relationship to the wrong friendships and the circle of influence that they have on you. Because sometimes it's the friendships around us that are encouraging the very bad habits that we're trying to end. So, and that's the same thing as the trying to quit a bad habit. That might require micro decisions along the way to do that. that might require you to have difficult and honest conversations with the people that you love to help you make those choices and decisions. But those are my 5 decisions and choices that I encourage you to make for the new year. Like I said, I truly, truly believe that we are all one decision away from living entirely different lives. I really, really believe that. And I tell my family that. I tell my friends that. And it's something that I am trying to live by myself. To face these choices and these fears head on, and to recognize the beauty that awaits me on the other side of fear. So on that note, I wish everyone a happy new year. I genuinely want to see all of you win and just to crush all the goals that you set. I appreciate you supporting me once again and watching my growing channel. And then I'm going to ask you for a favor. It's my first time doing this. I'm getting used to it. That little button where it says subscribe, if you could please just click that little button and subscribe to me, I'd really appreciate that. That would mean the world to me. Thank you, and take care, YouTube.